Hi, welcome to episode 7 of Tribe. In this episode, I'll be talking to my friend Isaac. Best way I can describe Isaac is he's high on life. Isaac is an incredibly genuine person who is extremely happy. I don't know if there is a formula to being happy in this world, but if there was, I'm telling you, I guarantee you, Isaac has it. I'm not saying he has everything perfect, but his intentions are pure. And I believe we can all learn something from him. I believe if you stick around till the end of this episode, you will learn something. And maybe you'll even adapt his techniques. So, without further ado, I welcome you to episode 7 of Tribe with my friend Isaac. Thank you.
Yeah. Did you know a funny thing actually? People that go underwater and whatnot, like scuba divers or whatnot, they practice holding their breath for like a long period of time. That usually it's your body that's telling you, hey bro, you gotta get up and whatnot. But the thing is, sometimes some people actually they get used to staying underwater for so long that they actually just lose consciousness and whatnot because they've conditioned themselves to become disciplined when it comes to their body telling them like all this and all that. And that's the thing. If you get really focused on like the pretty fish going all around and whatnot, next thing you know, bro, like imagine like your body's telling you something, but your mind is so focused on something else. It's more powerful than your body telling you, hey, bro, you got to go up for air. To the point they're like, oh, snap. Oh, wait, I got to breathe. So like that's just scary for me. I hate the ocean as it is. I can swim, but like a solid 5 seconds. I can swim. You know what's weird?
I think that's called drowning.
You know what's weird, man? I can swim, but I can't float.
Yeah, bro, that's drowning.
No. I can swim, but I can't float. Like if you give me like a starting point, like at the edge of the water, and like I just start swimming, I could do that.
Oh, but you can like swim in place.
If you take me if you drop me in the center, if I try to come up, like I'm done. Because that's when I start to like overthink. I guess. I need that starting point.
You're nervous,
yeah,
of being of not having control. Not of not having control, but of being in sort of like oblivion out there, like what could be underneath, what could be around.
I guess so. But I think it's like I think the reason to why I need like a starting point, like a ledge or something to hold on to, is because like I can push myself off and start the whole like motion.
Got it. It gives you a head start in that way.
Yeah. And if I'm like in the center, then like I just don't really. I guess because I start overthinking, start stressing so much, I don't really know when I'm fully up. Because like I have so much water on my face. If I clean it off, that means I gotta let go of one hand and not swim with it and like clean my face. And then I guess I'm gonna
teach you how to swim, bro.
I will swim.
You need to learn how to swim, bro. It's a must.
It's important.
Yeah. There's this lake. I'll take you to it, bro. There's this rock, and you jump from the top of the rock, and it's like pretty high up, and it's really lit because the water is so perfect.
Is it clear? Is it nice and clear too?
I mean, it's not that clear, but it's a lake. But
okay.
I mean, like the freshness, like the cool of it is so nice. And the perfect weather, oh my god, it's incredible. It's the most refreshing thing, yeah.
Oh, I've always wanted to go to a lake. I never really went inside a lake before.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Next time I go, I'm bringing you.
Sweet. I'm actually excited now because I love going out in like nature and whatnot. Like, oh, I love it so much. My dad did something the other day, which was, what's it called? Like my dad, like
You live with your parents?
Huh?
You live with your parents?
Yeah, I still live with them and whatnot. But basically, like my dad, like he's starting to inspire me a little bit. Not gonna lie, like he's starting.
I feel like he was inspiring you. I feel like you just weren't aware of it. Because since you were young, you know, whatever he did is what you grew up with. So I guess he does inspire you just subconsciously.
Actually, when it comes to growing up, like he showed me. I learned from him on how, I learned from him in ways like how I should not become as a person. Yeah. He did a lot of questionable things that like I'm like when I saw him do certain things or like act a certain kind of way, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do that. So now I learn on a personal level how I don't want someone else to treat me, so I'm not going to treat someone in this kind of way.
Copy.
And whatnot, and yeah. But right now, like, hey, I'm just happy. You feel me? Like,
Bro, I was talking to my friend, and I was
What's
like,
up?
after we hung out. So, okay, so intro. This is Isaac, and bro, this was already recording. Like,
I was just so focused on like this conversation. I'm not. Gonna,
and that's how it should be, and I think that's how it
Oh,
will be.
Okay. Okay. Bad.
But yeah. So this is our second time hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wild.
Second time.
Yeah, bro, dude.
First time we hung out, I was late.
It's fine though, because and that same time I was doing something for the podcast. I was editing,
Mm-hmm.
so that was pretty funny. That's ironic. But yeah, it's funny that we're matching.
Yeah.
When I told my friend after we hung out, I hit up my friend and I was like, "Yo, you guys gotta meet this guy. Like, he's crazy. He's the definition of being high on life." And I'm so glad that you're here, bro, because after that, like, I learned so much, like, and I became so aware, so appreciative,
Mm-hmm.
and there's so much to learn from you, bro. Seriously, like, you're probably the happiest person I've ever met, and like, you just appreciate everything. Like, that's what I got out of it. Is like, how can you be happy? Well, you appreciate everything. You don't focus on the negative. You just focus on the good, on God being so powerful that he made this table, that he made this microphone, and he gave it to you to use it and to use the energy and create more energy with it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, bro, it's you're incredible, bro. Like,
Thank you, man.
you really are,
We're
bro.
all incredible, man. Like, you're incredible.
Nah, bro,
as it is.
seriously, dude, you're incredible, man. Like,
Thank you.
you're so freaking genuine, bro. I do not know how you do it. How do you handle stress, bro? Seriously. I don't think I've seen you like stressed or upset like at any moment, bro. You're always like, okay, it's cool. What drugs are you taking? Tell me.
The drugs I'm taking is called H2O. You know what's funny? It's something that I'm starting to become more consistent with becoming more present in the sense of like when I am stressed, I like that feeling of feeling stressed, because what I tell myself in that moment is, I love this. Because I try to be thankful for all the blessings, the challenges, and the opportunities that I like have on my path. And so when it comes to like anything that feels like a challenge, I tell myself I love this challenge, because this challenge is getting me closer to God. I can grow closer to God through this challenging moment, which is to not control it. If it feels like a struggle, if it feels hard, if it feels like if I'm starting to get nervous, all this and all that, yeah, because I'm trying to control it. So don't control it. Just pray if I have to in that very moment. Remind myself who God is. Praise him in that moment. Remind myself he is the almighty, the all-powerful, the all-knowing. So like, listen to that guide. God is trying to guide me on the right path and whatnot. So don't try to resist it. Think of it like this, like a bird. If you want to fly high, see all this beautiful, see everything in all of its beauty. That's what God is trying to show me. The everything, appreciate everything. But like a bird, if you try to resist the winds and whatnot, try to resist it, then you're gonna be fighting. You're not gonna be enjoying the view, because you're gonna be so focused on like trying to stay flying and whatnot. But that's the thing too. Kind of like a bird. Like if a bird also has so much weight on itself, then it's like it can't really go anywhere if it's weighed down. So like our weight is different. It's not physical. Our weight is more in our heads. It's more inside. So that's another thing. Pray upon it. Like pray to God. Be like, God, take my worries, my concerns, all of that. Take it and replace it with your peace that surpasses all understanding. Because God is beyond logic. Huh?
In the last episode, I asked my friend the same question.
Yeah.
And his answer was exactly the same thing. It was that you have to let go. You have to shut up. You have to listen.
Mm-hmm.
You have to understand that there is a purpose of why you're going through that.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to accept it. And
Mm-hmm.
instead of trying to control the thing, you just have to flow along with it
Mm-hmm.
and learn from it.
Mm-hmm.
And oh man, dude,
Yeah.
I'm starting to see like a what? How to explain it? Like, I love like talking to people in this podcast because I get to have people on that I look up to because I feel like they're people that are happy and that are successful. And success to me is being content with yourself. So it doesn't matter if you're a shoe cleaner or if you're a millionaire. Those two, if you're happy, they're equal to each other
Mm-hmm.
and they will have a similar conversation. It's just the monetary difference. So, I love that you're telling me this because I get to see that the formula tends to be the same for everybody. If you want to be successful, you need to go with the flow and you need to understand that you cannot control everything and the things that you can control, well, do it better. But if you can't do it better, just understand from it and learn and appreciate it. And that seems to be the formula, dude.
Mm-hmm. It is. Just there's a prayer that I actually have on the back of my phone, actually,
Ooh.
which is, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting hardship as the pathway to peace, taking as he did this sinful world as it is, not as I would have it, trusting that he will make all things right if I surrender to his will, that I may be reasonably happy in this life and supremely happy with him forever in the next.
Wow, bro.
Yeah. Whenever I start off my day, I like to read this because it helps me to, it's like a nice reminder to not control everything. That there's going to be things that I just want the serenity to accept the fact I can't change everything. The only thing I can do is do it. Like for example, if God wants me to give this person a compliment and whatnot, I don't know what's going to happen afterwards. The only thing I can do is do it. Put in the work. Anything that comes afterwards, that's all in God's hands. That's out of my control. The outcome, if I try to think about the outcome, too many what ifs. What if it goes good? What if it goes bad? What if they don't take it as a compliment? What if they think, oh, I'm better than them? All this. Too many what ifs. That's out of my control. All of those endless possibilities, that sounds like it's adding unnecessary stress. So remind myself the only thing I have control of is how I can word it, is my tone, and just how I like my body language and what. That's the only thing I have control of. So not just in moments like that of giving someone a compliment, but in moments wherever I'm afraid to do anything and I know I'm going to do it, do everything in that moment that I try to do everything in that moment that helps, that I know that later on I won't think back and I'm like, damn, man, I regret that I didn't do this, I didn't do that, and whatnot. I try to remain calm, do whatever helps me, because everyone's different. Do whatever helps me to get calm in that moment. Is if it's praying, having something to drink, maybe having a little snack. I usually have a little snack in my pocket, but I don't today. But
I want to ask you something.
yeah, what's up, man?
So in America, for example, in a country that is very populated and there's so many different things going around,
Mm-hmm.
why do you think so many people our age are depressed or believe that they're depressed and have these anxiety attacks and all of that? Where do you think that stems from?
I feel like that stems from I feel like a lot of it now might stem from, I feel like a part of it is FOMO, fear of missing out, especially because a lot of people in our day of age and whatnot, like they are more, they want likes. They want more followers. They want the attention because they're seeing that's how a lot of people are blowing up, because of the attention that they're getting and whatnot. So like people could get, it can start off small and work its way up. Because when you're a kid, you don't really have all these responsibilities like an adult does. You don't have all these people you got to take care of. You don't got all these bills you got to pay and etc. But when you're a kid, like when you're a kid, like it's like, oh, I want friends. I would like to have friends.
Your desires are more pure.
The desires are more pure, more, yeah, like
more selfless.
Yeah, yes. They just, oh, I want to be friends with that person, but they don't. Then what they said was kind of mean to me, but now they're getting attention. That's the thing. Like people, I don't like it that it's normalized. People make fun of other people in order to fit in.
Do you think the depression comes from when you were younger, from your family, or maybe from your environment?
Both, family and environment. Both for sure, because like it can literally come from anything. Literally, it can come from anything. You can have a beautiful household, but the second you get in school, it might go south. Maybe when you're in school, you're all happy. Maybe the school is the escape from the house. Maybe the house is the problem.
It also depends on the person's personality.
It also depends how they're perceiving everything. They can have a lot of good things happening in their life, but they're not. If that's not how they're gonna if they don't perceive that as if they're only putting their focus on all the bad things, if they believe, no matter what age you are, if you believe that today's gonna be a bad day, you're only gonna be absorbing bad stuff.
Yes.
You're not, all the good stuff gonna be going over your head. It's all gonna be going over your head because you're not focusing on that.
Yeah.
It could be a rainbow right over there, but if you're not looking for it, you're gonna miss it. You're actually gonna be focusing on the storm that just passed. That's all the way over there and whatnot.
And you can be thinking to yourself, damn, there's a storm coming.
Yeah.
Not realizing that one has passed already.
Yeah, it passed. Ooh, yeah. Yes.
Damn, that's beautiful.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
I love what you have on your phone, bro.
Thank you.
That was incredible. Can I read it?
Yeah. You can try. Handwriting is not the best.
Okay. It says, God grant me the serenity to accept things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to
know the difference.
Living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting hardships as the
pathway to peace. Taking as he did.
Oh, your K's are.
I know. Trust me, I know.
That looks like an H, bro.
It be like that sometimes.
Taking as he did, the sinful world as it is, not as I
would have it.
Not as I would have it. Trusting that he will
make all things right.
Oh, trusting that he will make all things right.
If I surrender to his will.
That I may be reasonably happy in this life and supremely happy with him forever in the next.
Amen.
Is this in the Bible?
I have no idea. I don't know. I saw it on a post. I liked it. Put it on my phone. Helped me a buttload when I read it. And ever since then, I've just been reading it. And every time I read it, I seem to add something to it. Like pass it real quick.
This is beautiful.
So when it says, God grant me, because I like to answer them as I go. So when it says, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I can't change, I answer that. Well, what's something I can't change? I can't change the past.
Do you think that's your dream?
What?
To follow God.
Oh, no, yeah. I know that's I know.
Your calling.
Yes, that is my calling. To follow God is in the best way that I can. Understand that I'm a sinner. That's something that I've actually learned the hard way, to not beat myself up. Because God doesn't beat me up. God forgives me. Whenever I make a mistake, God forgives me. Whenever I go back to doing a sinful thing, this is what I believe. Like, it's okay if I fall back to the sin. If I fall back to doing that same bad habit again, what's important is that, am I trying to figure out ways to try to not do that again? Am I trying to? Because that's what God cares for, the trying. You putting in the intention. Effort, the intention. Because you can do so many good things, but if your heart is still rotten, if you're not doing it with good intentions, if you're doing it with bad intentions, that's not what God is looking for.
That's a beautiful thing, because a lot of people in this world believe that there are a set of rules that people must follow.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't understand that God has a golden rule, which would be the intention.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why are you doing that? And God looks at the heart. And that's
Mhm.
why the Bible says that God forgives you.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you truly repent yourself, no other human can tell if you're being genuine or not. But
Mhm.
God sees the heart, and he sees your intention.
You could lie to, I can lie to you, you can lie to me. We can lie to as many people, but you can never lie to God because he knows.
That's guilt.
Mm-hmm.
You know when you did something wrong, and that will eat you up alive.
It will.
You know, something I've been noticing in a lot of people that I like to have on. Oh, no, I didn't bring my wallet. Dang. Is that the people that I like to have on have notes like that for themselves, like little reminders that they carry with them.
Mm-hmm.
And in my wallet, which I don't have on me, I have also my vision and like what I dream of doing. And I think I showed it to you.
On the keychain.
Oh, yeah, I also have it on the keychain, which I do have with me.
Sweet.
But yeah, it's like those little reminders that we carry.
Mm-hmm.
And in my wallet, I say that my vision, my dream is to create a community of people that think alike and to explore the world and cultures and connect with as many people that are like that, that are similar. Yeah. And yeah, dude, pretty much this too. Love over fear and seek discomfort, which is yes theory. Yeah, bro.
Seek discomfort. I like that a lot.
Yeah, bro. Here, you can have it. I'll give it to you.
What? No, really?
Yeah, bro.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Really?
Yeah, bro. Here, you can have it.
God bless you, man.
Yeah, bro. I think you represent it very well, dude.
Thank you very much, man.
Love over fear and seek discomfort. Merry Christmas.
Thank you so much. Merry Christmas. No, like genuinely, man, thank you. I'm probably not going to put this on my keychain. I'm probably going to hang it up in my room.
Okay.
On the wall.
Yeah.
Or, yeah. Seek discomfort.
It's from Yes Theory.
It's from Yes Theory?
Yeah, it's a YouTube channel.
Love over fear.
Yeah, man.
Love over-
If you think about it, bro, that's all you need.
Yeah. Yeah.
That right
Just
there.
these two reminders. Love over fear. Because love will prevail. Love is prevailing constantly.
Always.
Love will always prevail. Love is stronger than fear.
Oh, dude, so much stronger. Yeah, man. People, you know, there's that photo of the 9/11 towers when they fell down. And there's this famous photo of the firefighters and like the civilians lifting up the flag. And it's that love that prevails. It's like even in the darkest moments, there's still a sense of humanity within us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. That's
Those
what keeps it
videos
going.
always get to me.
Yeah, bro.
I like sometimes I don't like to watch it, but sometimes like it's not that I need to, but like sometimes I feel like as a reminder that this world is it's suffering.
It reminds you of your mortality.
Yeah.
And it reminds you that you need to do good
Yeah.
to the world.
It reminds me how important, how more valuable good is. Actually seeing bad stuff that's occurring in the world, it just reminds, it's just like a reminder that like, yeah, when something good happens, appreciate it, man. Because you can be living their life. You feel me? So like whatever you have, anything small or big, appreciate it all.
Give thanks.
Give thanks. Be thankful for your blessings. Be thankful for your challenges and the opportunities. Because I don't believe, the reason to why I'm a positive person, because I don't believe in this. If I'm in a situation that can be interpreted as like, oh, that's a problem, I don't see that as a problem. I see that as an opportunity to grow. I see this challenge as an opportunity to grow closer to God, to try not to handle it, to do everything to do everything that I can, and whatever happens afterwards is out of my hands. If I'm following God and I succeed, good. If I follow God and if I fail, good. God wants me to. He wants me. If I fail, He wants me to fail so that it's a test.
Mm-hmm.
It could be a test about many things, maybe he wants me to learn something from it.
And he's not only testing you, he's also showing lessons through you to the world.
Mm-hmm.
So your people surrounding you, your family members, your friends, they're also experiencing that along with you.
Mm-hmm.
So they also get to learn. Yeah. Yeah, man. I believe that you don't teach by preaching, you teach by action.
Yeah.
Because when you preach, people get annoyed of it. And they're like, they always see the wrong in others.
Mm-hmm.
But when you preach by action, people want to become a part of it. And they want to learn the recipe.
You saying this reminded me about something that I saw yesterday, which was saying that you might be the only Bible someone reads. You might be the only Bible that somebody reads. Because there's people out there that refuse to read the Bible. And to be honest, I do not blame them. I see people representing Christianity and whatnot, and it's like, bro, I can see why people don't want to follow God. It's because this is the thing. Jesus lived on this planet, right? And when he did, like he respected others that didn't believe in God. He respected them. I believe as a Christian that if you're following God, if he's in front of you taking his hand, if you're following him, you're also learning. You're learning from him. You're learning his actions, and you're learning his words by reading the Bible. And if you're learning from him and whatnot, shouldn't you be practicing his teachings? He's not teaching us when someone's being violent to us, he's not teaching us to respond with violence.
Yeah.
He's not doing that. So that's what's important. If we're following him, practice his teachings. Treat others the way he's treating them.
Yeah, a lot of people believe that going to church is just memorizing Bible verses and this.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like that. It's going out into the world and doing something. It's like that Bible story of the old lady that gave 2 pennies pretty much to the church. And then there was someone else that gave thousands of money to the church. And the difference was intention. The old lady gave everything she had. And the rich person only gave a small percentage of what he had. So that's the difference. It's like what's really inside of your heart that will make the difference to the world.
That's what's important.
Yeah.
Like if we are going to be the only Bible that anyone ever reads, then we best represent it the best way that we can.
Yeah.
Humble ourselves.
How do you feel about my friend? He texted me today and he's like, you should have somebody that's agnostic. And I thought to myself, because the last episode also talked about religion, and like it wasn't on purpose that I meant to like have 2 people like talking about religion together, but it's just such an interesting and important topic, and I think it is the most important topic to talk about if you want to be successful, because you need to look up to somebody that's perfect, and if you look up to somebody that's perfect, then you cannot fail because you're learning from the best, you're learning from the master.
Yeah.
So I really want to talk to somebody that's agnostic. However, I don't want it to be about religion and stuff. I just want to see like their mindset, their psychology, and to see where they put their energy into. Because when I don't feel like getting up and I feel really bad, I remind myself that, well, God gave me this gift, like the will to do better. And it's like, well, I'm kind of letting him down if I'm not putting it into use. So when you're feeling at your lowest, who do you put your weight onto? You know, it's like, who do you look up to help you? Because a human body can fail at any moment. You know, you're very emotional and you don't know how you'll feel in an hour. You get hungry and that's it. You're angry. You know, you get tired and you get all grouchy and stuff. So if you don't have that higher source, then you're depending on yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. How do you feel about that?
About what?
You think humans need to depend on someone else, or do you think humans are capable of being self-sustainable?
I don't think they are, because I feel like when they do try to think that, oh, I don't need like a teacher of any kind and whatnot.
Oh, they become complacent.
Their egos get the best of them. their egos, what I noticed from my experience, I'm not saying no, this is it. I'm just
Yeah, no, of course. All of this is just your opinion.
Yeah. I'm not saying like no, people are, if like you don't follow a God and whatnot, you are very egotistical. Like, no, this from my experience.
Yeah.
It's hard for them to humble themselves. From what I've seen and whatnot. And it's harder for them to find peace. It's harder for them to find peace and whatnot. Because, like, they're trying to control everything. Once you try to control something, that's when it starts controlling you. You control it by letting go, not trying to control it. You seem like you wanted to say something to that.
Yeah.
What's up?
It's really contradicting.
What's up?
I
like this.
Yeah, I love it.
I love
you remind me of me, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, bro. That's why we're matching, actually. What's a good example for it? When you're driving a car, and I don't know if you drive, but when you're driving and there's snow and the car doesn't brake and it just goes, you become nervous because you're not in control. Right? So isn't that humans crave this control, but when they don't have it, they get nervous. And they get nervous because they don't know what's controlling them. But if you know that God is the one that's in control when you're not in control, then you should be at peace. You should just let it flow. So when you get nervous and you're not in control, it's because you're putting your energy and your future, your present, into someone else that's flaky. And that's when problems start to occur. I feel like that's the difference, because I've learned throughout this year that control is very important and you should seek to control things.
Control the things you can control.
Exactly. And when you start allowing other people to control you, then that's when you kind of submit yourself to them. But
in Christianity, you're supposed to submit yourself to God.
Yeah.
Interesting topic we have here.
Not only in Christianity, I like to make it general. In all religions, you're supposed to submit yourself to a higher source.
Yeah. But that's the thing. When it comes to God, we have free will.
Yes.
We decide if we want to follow, because sometimes personally, actually, I don't hear God. Sometimes when I find myself in a difficult situation, I don't hear God. So in that moment, I can't rely on God in that moment, like fully and whatnot. I can't fully rely on Him to take His hand and like Him guide me and whatnot, because I don't feel His presence at times. So I think in that moment, God wants me to see, have I only been following Him, or have I been learning while I've been following Him? It's because now I'm gonna I'm gonna apply everything that I learned from Him. I'm gonna apply it to this and whatnot, because I feel like moments like that is when God is preparing me in times when my head is like fogged up with a lot of negative things and whatnot, and like I might not feel His presence at times. Will I break, or will I learn from what my teacher has taught me in that moment and apply it? Because if my teacher is with me, like if I'm doing wrestling, right? If I'm doing wrestling and whatnot, my teacher's always coaching me. My coach is always coaching me, right? But like, the thing is, I'm not going to be wrestling every person that I fight every person that I wrestle is not going to be on the mats. Someday I might be unfortunate and like someone might jump me on the streets. My coach isn't going to be there coaching me. I got to see if I learn from what my coach has taught me.
Yeah.
And whatnot. What would my coach tell me to look out for in this moment? Oh, you have a heavy opponent over here. You got one that knows a thing or two. Look at their stance, like all of this. The only way I'm knowing what my coach will say is because I know my coach. The thing is
You
with
trust your coach.
God, the same thing with God. Do you know God or do you know of God? That's what's important. Oh, I know of God. He's the Almighty. He's the all powerful, right? Or do you know God? I read the Bible. I know.
I've studied the
I've
Bible.
studied God. I've built a bond with God. I built a bond with God. Like the guy that's crossing the street outside right now or whatnot. Do you know him or do you know of him? Oh, that guy, he's just my neighbor. Oh, that guy, bro, he's freaking awesome. He's this, and that. He helped me the other day. I trust him. I trust that man. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. God presents himself through people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, when it comes to God and whatnot, he is always there, but I might not always feel his presence.
Yeah. I've learned recently, I believe it is the formula to being happy.
Mm.
And I really see it everywhere that I look at success and joy in. It is very simple. It's 3 things that you need.
What's up?
I call it the triple A. So when you're in trouble, just dial triple A.
Okay.
So the first A, ambition. What do you love? What's your vision?
Mm-hmm.
The second one is okay, wait, hold up, I'm gonna restart it.
It's all right.
So the first one is ambition. What do you love? What is your vision? The second one is action. Are you taking action? Are you implementing what you've learned? And then the third one is association. Are you helping others learn the message and learn the lesson? Are you connecting with other people? Are you sharing the message? And then that's how you keep the circle going.
I'm about to talk about a movie right now.
Okay.
I don't want to. Can I do like spoiler warnings?
That is a spoiler warning.
Spoiler warning. So this movie called, I think, Into the Wild.
Oh, I love that, dude.
I love that. But this is
that was my favorite book for years.
What did he love? He loved nature. He loved feeling free, right?
Yes.
He put in the work for that.
Yes.
What did he learn at the end of it?
He learned that he spoiler, he dies. But he learned that I believe what he wrote was that he wished to connect with people and he tried to go back home. And he learned that being with himself wasn't enough. That the thing was to connect with others. To share the moments of the beauty of life with other people.
Yeah, to share it. And that's the last thing you're talking about. To love something, you gotta love it. Whatever you love, like work towards it, and then like find a way to share that with other people. And that's the perfect example. That's literally the perfect. He loved it.
He took the action,
but
he was never able to associate it.
He made friends along the way. Ooh, he connected with so many people.
Yes.
He lit up the fire in that old man's heart to try to do good. And to try to like not do good, to try to like,
improve.
Like you're not too old to live, man.
Yeah.
You gotta live a little. But that's the thing.
But he wasn't able to connect with his core people.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, he was on that journey alone.
Yes,
he was on that, and the thing is,
everybody is on the journey alone.
Everyone's on the journey alone. That is true.
But that's why you teach through your actions, not by preaching. Mm-hmm. Because we all are in a journey alone. We're individuals, and if you want to help other people join the movement, you have to teach through your actions, and you gotta get them to come to you. You can't drag people. That's not how it works, because then you're forcing them.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah, it's like the saying: strict parents make sneaky kids. It's like the stricter you are on people, the sneakier they are, and they try to divert from it.
Yes, because you might be a kid with good intentions, but if your parents are not willing to be understanding and whatnot, they're like, no. I'm the parent. You do this, you do that.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa. Well, I still want to do this. I have good intentions. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. I'm talking about experience, by the way.
Yeah.
Like I snuck out for the first time ever, like a year ago and whatnot, to see the sunrise of someone that meant a lot to me and whatnot. They were my ex. They were my ex, and And yeah, that was the first time I'd ever snuck out, and it was so worth it. I jumped off the roof. Well, it was not that high of a roof. It's like one floor, right? But like the way I landed, I got like a big scratch in my hand. It was like bleeding, and like it was super cold. So I was like, I hopped the fence, and Mom, if you see this in the future, I'm sorry. Basically, yeah, I like hopped the fence, took a bus, went on the light rail, and it was so worth it because it was such a beautiful, like, we might not have, we didn't get a good view of the sun because like it was behind New York and whatnot, I think, like yeah, around that area. But the thing is, like,
Gotta live a little.
it was just the whole, like,
It was a journey. It wasn't the destination.
It was the journey. It was literally the journey. When I got there, I was with them. It was an awesome time. It was, sure, maybe we didn't really get to see the sunrise that, well, I didn't get to see the sunrise that I wanted, that I pictured in my head, but it was still good. It was still a good enough sunrise.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
One thing. Could you move the mic a little towards you?
Towards me?
Yeah, like grab it right here.
Grab
And
it
then
right
like pull it, drag
Wow.
it. No, like
Wow.
here. Yeah, like that.
Yeah. That's good?
Yeah, like that.
Wow.
Yeah. There you
Yeah.
go. Nice. Damn, bro.
Yeah.
How
What's up?
I've gone through something similar like that.
Mm.
How did your parents react after they found out that you snuck out?
They did not.
Oh, they did not?
Nope.
Okay. So I will tell my story then, because mine did play out differently. So a couple years back, I was out with some friends, and we were just bar hopping, really. And I met this person, and I was like, oh my God, like, this girl is incredible. Like, it was super unique. And it was already really late, honestly. It was like 2 a.m. probably. And I was like talking to my dad, and like my dad was really pissed off at me for like not being home like early and whatever. And I was like in Brooklyn, bro. I was deep. And I just couldn't like go. I was like, there was something within me, like my gut was telling me like, no, Juan, like you need to stay. Like this person is worth it. And I'm like, damn. And I was like, I had to go past my dad's judgment. I was like, no, listen, like I'm right about this. Like you gotta understand this. And then like after like when I ended up staying like pretty much until like the morning. And then when my dad like confronted me about it, I explained it to him, and he was super understanding about it. And like he wasn't even mad. He was like, okay, that was good. Like you stood your ground for something that you believed in. And I was like, damn. And I feel like that's when you grow from being a child to being an adult, to making your own decisions, to being able to have judgment of what's good and wrong, and to understand that there is an intention behind everything, and to navigate yourself through those intentions.
I'm glad that your dad became understanding.
Yeah.
I'm glad. You know, you saying that just had me thinking about, there's some people in the world that aren't as fortunate. You might tell your dad everything, give him every single detail, and they might not be understanding. And I feel like that's an issue. Not just with parents, but with people in general. It doesn't matter the age. There's someone that could be young or old, and they can still be that hard-headed, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's my problem with how the world runs and whatnot. People don't encourage you to work on yourself, especially parents, because you can't really blame the parents, because they only act. The way they act is how they were taught and whatnot. So like their parents, they told them, focus on school. Do the after you're done with high school, go to college. Well, are you already planning out? Because the thing is, like, we have to be understanding with our parents and whatnot. Like when they were kids, and when their parents were kids, and when their parents were like, it was more on top. There was more pressure on them.
Yeah.
And wanted to go to college. They compared you up. I'm not saying they don't compare kids now to other people and whatnot, But back then, like it was far more intense. Back then, it was like a lot more brutal,
Yeah.
a lot more intense. Like my dad would tell my dad and like my friends' dads, like, they would tell me stories about when they were kids and whatnot. And I was like, wow. Like, yeah, I had it hard when I was a kid. My dad went easy mode on me
Mm-hmm.
compared to what he went easy mode on me and whatnot. And I'm over here like, this is the worst. I'm like, wow, if I was in his shoes, if I was in my old man's shoes when he was younger, whew,
I'd be dead.
I'd be dead. Like, bro, I'm starting to believe my teachers when they say like, oh, when I went to school, I climbed mountains, rivers, storms. I'm like, damn, I'm starting to believe you, man. I have it easy. I got a bus. Like, damn. But
I heard this thing that is like you shouldn't be judging your parents because it is also their first time living.
yes. You shouldn't be judging them. Understand that they also have an inner child, bro.
Yeah.
They also have an inner child.
And a lot of them have not really been able to fulfill their dreams because they were too busy taking care of you, trying to give you everything that you needed.
Mm-hmm.
Being that provider figure.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciation, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So important.
They sacrifice a lot of things for us, and they don't even tell us. They don't tell us. They don't tell us because
They're so humble.
They're very humble in many ways, but that doesn't mean that excuses their actions, though.
Yeah, I agree.
It doesn't excuse it, but it is something we should take. That's why I believe it's important to appreciate everything. Be aware about as much as you can and whatnot.
You spoke about a metaphor about the coach and wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a great way to put it. You know, the coach is teaching you and you're learning from it. But eventually, you need to become the coach.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to start guiding the coach as well.
Mm-hmm.
You need to come together and put both of your knowledge because the bigger picture is not for the individual to grow. It's for the community to grow.
Mm-hmm.
And for the community to be successful.
You know what's funny? When you're first born, it's your parents that's taking care of you. Like you said, like you're gonna eventually become the coach. Eventually, you're gonna have to take care of your parents. When they get really old,
yeah, it's all a circle, bro.
It's all a circle, man. You gotta take care of them. Now
and it always ends up with association.
They what's it called? They tolerated you as a baby. You throwing them tantrums. Now,
yeah, I see my parents now. If you're saying this, I'm sorry, but that's the truth. I only speak honesty. But my parents are becoming so annoying, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, stop. Like, this is not a big issue. Please let it go. And I'm like, well, they're completing the circle. They're getting older. They're becoming this irritated person too, as I was when I was younger. And yeah, man, it's all a circle.
And the thing is too, when you're a kid, like, what's important is you don't overreact if you're an adult. Because if you start overreacting, then the kid is going to become scared as well with you. But if the kid, if what's it called, like if the kid is experiencing like doing something new, but it just went south. If you overreact, the kid is going to think it's the end of the world. But if you don't overreact, if you're calm, then you're helping the kid to become calm. Same thing with like, you
and that's where the control comes in.
Mm-hmm.
You're able to trust that person.
Mm-hmm. Because of the fact that at the same time, like, we might be a part of the reasoning if we might be a part of if this escalates, it can escalate with us, with our emotions, with our actions. It can escalate, or it can remain the same if we don't do anything, or it can de-escalate.
Yeah,
with how we are speaking to our parents. When my parents they do something annoying and whatnot, like,
there's different avenues a conversation can take depending on your intention and how it is reciprocated. Yeah, you need to understand to navigate the languages. Yeah, communication is key, bro. Body, your tone, your words, all of that.
I believe that it's actually communication and understanding is key.
Yes.
Those two are very important, not just communication.
Yeah, because you can't have communication without understanding.
Yeah, I can communicate something with you, tell you something, but if you don't understand where I'm coming from, it might as well as be like it coming in one ear, not the other ear, if you don't understand it and whatnot.
I recently started listening to this book, Super Communicators. Incredible book, recommended. And he talks about the 3 ways of communication. And one of them is like, some people just want to be listened to. They just want to felt understood.
You want to be heard.
They don't want you to say anything. They just want to be listened to. That's okay. Another thing is that people sometimes want to feel, they want to find a solution. It's like the logical type of conversations. Here's the problem. Here's the solution. That's it. And another one is the practical one, which is like for the communities. Like we just want to be understanding of each other and like just sort of like what we're doing now is like there is no end goal to it really. It's just having a conversation.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Some people you don't need to solve every single problem.
Most problems.
Not in that very moment. Maybe later on. But there is a time and place for certain things.
I believe there's a time and place for everything.
Yeah. Especially something as intense with emotions.
Yes.
Especially something with intensity.
Navigating emotions is extremely hard.
Like, following God actually has taught me many things. It's like
following God is an emotional logic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Think about it.
An emotional logic.
What's faith? Faith is not logic. It's emotional.
Emotion.
But
well, God is definitely beyond logic as well too.
Yes. That's what it's both.
Faith increases. Well, what is faith? It was like trust, right?
Faith is trust.
Faith is trust. And how do you increase your faith? By having a better understanding of who God is.
Yes.
How do you do that? Reading the Bible, having talks with Him.
I wouldn't say reading the Bible. I would say testing it in the real world.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Of course. Yes.
Yeah. Well, reading the Bible and challenging the teachings.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Because you can. I feel like if you have the knowledge of everything, but you don't do anything with the knowledge you have, it's almost as if you weren't. It's as if you didn't have the knowledge to begin with. Because if you're not putting it in the action of the knowledge that you have and whatnot, then it's like, well, what's good if you had it or if you didn't have it, if you're not doing anything with it? If you're not sharing it with others, I feel like that's what's important, to share the knowledge. I feel like that's what's important in general. Like for example, if I feel like we can help people through our suffering. When we suffer ourselves, when we feel lonely, when we feel like we're not enough, we're not the only ones that feel these emotions. There's other people. There's billions of people in this world. And so there are also people in this world that have won those battles, because that's a battle that we face. And there's people in this world that won it. So that's why I believe it's important to share the knowledge that we have. Because if those people share that knowledge, then it can help the next generation or the current or the one before us. It can help adults, kids, teens. It can help us all and whatnot. That's why it's important to share your knowledge with people, because you can learn from them. Oh, wow. That's the thing. Oh, wow. I didn't think to do it like that. That's the thing. Everyone
has a different perspective.
They might have perceived it differently. They might have looked outside of the box. Maybe they found the answer inside of the box. I'm a strong believer that once you find an answer to something, there's not only one answer. That's what math has taught me. when it comes to solving this one problem, there's multiple ways to solve it. There's not just one.
Yeah.
There's many ways you can approach it. That's the same thing with life. There's many ways. Whatever you believe, if you can envision it, you can make it reality. Maybe not exactly.
Yeah. Elon Musk says that the only laws are the laws of physics.
Physics is beautiful. I love physics. But
Yeah, but think about that. If physics prevents it from happening, then that's it. That's your limit. You can't argue with like breaking gravity and stuff. It's like, well, it just is like that. But if it's not being restrained by the laws of physics, then there is a solution that you could find. It depends of how badly you want to find the solution.
Like, for example, back in the day, 1400s, I want to fly.
That was impossible.
I want to fly, but no one's ever done it. Because no one's ever done it, it's impossible. If I say, I'm going to find out a way for us to fly, people are going to call me like I'm crazy.
Yeah.
People are going to say this, people are going to say that. I might not, at that time, find out a way how to get wings come out of my back, but I can still fly. Eventually, we learned how to fly. The Wright brothers found out a way to fly. After that, we found out other ways to fly. We found ways to soar. We found ways to glide and whatnot. We found out ways to get up in the sky. We did that.
Yeah.
There was one point in time where we looked up and like we saw a bird and we're like, wow, that's never going to be us. And now that's not just us, but we can go even further. We can go to outer space.
Yeah, that's the thing about having those little reminders. That if you believe it so badly, it becomes a necessity to you. And necessity is the best teacher. Because if you're not working towards that, then it eats you up alive. And it holds you accountable to find a solution for that.
Like, but we have to humble ourselves.
Yes, of course, we do.
Humble ourselves in the way that, like, look.
Because, I mean, if you don't humble yourself, then you're always going to think that you're doing the right thing.
Yep. You might think, no, this is the only way that this problem is going to be solved. No, bro. You're living, you might have just passed multiple ways to do it because you're so headstrong on this that, like, bro, you look to your left, maybe you literally just saw like an easy path.
Yeah.
But it's harder though. It might be easier because it's straight, but it might be harder because it's all uphill.
Yeah. That's interesting. The trajectory is different for everybody.
Yeah.
That's why it's so important to associate with people. Because everybody has a different perspective. Everybody has different backgrounds. And everybody can contribute something to the table. There's so many different personalities that it just creates different alternatives to solutions.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But that's what I love, though. I love that.
It's such a beautiful mix.
That's why earlier in the conversation, I was actually excited when you said, I forgot what I said, but like you were saying, yeah, but like, I think you said like it contradicts or whatnot, something like that.
Yeah.
But when you said that, I was so excited. I'm like, let me see. How does that contradict? Like now I'm so curious. Like, let me learn something new.
Yes.
Learn how you perceived it. Because obviously you perceived it in a different way than I did. Because if you are saying that, then it's like, that's good.
Yes.
That's good.
That's what creates innovation. That challenging of each other's ideals.
I believe what's like important for us to do is to humble ourselves, man. Not let our egos and pride let go of that. Silence that. Imagine if we were able to silence something like that, our pride and our ego, and to just respect another person's opinion. If anything, be excited when someone disagrees and whatnot.
It's like, oh my God, I'm growing today.
Not just that. I'm just when it comes to me, I just get excited because it's like, why did they perceive it like that? And that's the thing. There's so many whys. Maybe it's connected to a childhood thing. Maybe it's connected to just so many different kinds of emotions that could be the reasoning to why they perceive it differently. Or like just so many what ifs. That's the thing. There's too many what ifs. So That's why I believe it's important whenever there is a disagreement to talk to one another in a kind, welcoming tone. If
Mm-hmm.
there's a disagreement, don't allow our pride and egos to get the best of us, to start shouting and being like, no, like my point is right, or like whatnot. Like, listen to understand, not to respond. Listen to understand, not to respond. Try to, when you're hearing what they're saying, if you disagree, or if you're confused, and if you're not getting what they're saying, ask them that you don't get it. Not,
Mm-hmm.
tell them that you don't get it and whatnot, and communicate with them, because they know how they feel.
Yeah.
You don't know how they feel. You're trying to know how they feel and whatnot. So, I don't understand when you said this, when you said that. I kind of got this and that. Okay, when it came to the things that I kind of got, I'm going to explain it to you to see if I actually kind of got it. Maybe I think I understood this, but I actually don't. But when I explain it to you, you might be like, yes, that's what I meant. Or you might be like, no, that's not what I meant, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's it's ask questions. Like, I feel like it's my job to ask you questions that can help me to dive deeper to understand where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we're talking about, like, let's just say, for example, an argument occurs and whatnot. I feel like if an argument were to occur, I'm gonna have to like understand where you're coming from. If it's something that I did, oh, something that I need to validate your feelings, acknowledge your emotions. That's
Yes.
what's important. The second I don't, the second a defense wall comes up and whatnot. So
It's chaos.
exactly. So I need to ask you, like, oh, was it my tone? What did I have good intentions, but I just executed it poorly? Was it like my body
Did greed
language?
take over?
Yes. Like, there's so many important things to ask
Yeah.
to better understand the other person. Was it my tone, my actions, how it was executed? Was it body language? Was
Yeah,
it?
but you need to understand that you will never get it right.
Yeah.
It's just trial and error. You keep growing, keep it pushing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And them seeing you trying, that's what's gonna help them feel heard as well at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Or like just trying, this trying part might.
Them seeing you trying to do better will help them navigate that
Mm-hmm.
and be more understanding of you as well. That humility is contagious.
What's also important too is to forgive.
Yes.
To forgive, because the fact that we are not perfect. We're sinners. We're not
Yes.
perfect. God forgives us. So if God forgives us, it's important for us to forgive ourselves and for us to forgive each other.
Yeah. There's a story by Nietzsche. I believe it's Nietzsche. He talks about this guy, a young guy. He's out there wandering. He's hopping job from job, and he ends up at a farm. So he meets with the farmer and begs the farmer to take him under his wing to teach him. So then the farmer eventually allows him to stay with him, and he teaches him everything about the land, how to raise sheep, how to grow crops, how to navigate the terrain, to show him where the river is, everything. And then the guy is asking questions like, oh, how do I improve on this? How do I do this better? And, he's learning, so he's curious. He has that intensity. But eventually he gets to a point where the guy doesn't have that intensity anymore, and that curiosity kind of goes away, and he becomes complacent. And yeah, he's just there going with the flow. And then the farmer walks up to him and he's like, where is this location? And he tells him right away. He's like, how do you do this? And he tells him right away. And then it's like the farmer decides to kind of kick him out of the farm. He's like, you must leave because there's nothing else for you to learn here. I cannot teach you anything else. You need to become the master now and go experience the wilderness on your own. Yeah, bro. And it's that same thing. It's like you got to be humble enough to challenge yourself and be a beginner again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You have to become the master at it and whatnot. But that's the thing. Even when you do become the master and whatnot, you're still learning.
Yes.
I feel like you can't 100% master something.
You can't. No.
There's always room for growth. You know why? There's always going to be someone that can do it better.
Yes.
There's always
the only perfect thing is that the world and everything is imperfect.
Yes.
That's the only perfect thing.
I love that so much. Like that. That's what excites me. Like,
there's always room to do better.
It's all how you perceive it. Honestly, because the way how you perceive something, that becomes what you start believing. And when you start believing, that's what becomes your reality and whatnot. Like, if you believe the whole world's against you, you're going to be finding evidence. You're going to be believing it, and that's going to become your reality. If what's it called? If you start looking at it and like, yo, what's the point? If I do all of it, like one of my favorite, I don't know if it's a meme, but I saw it on a meme page. There's people on a bus. One guy sitting on one side of the bus saying the same thing, which is nothing matters. He's saying nothing matters. He sees like the sunrise and whatnot. Another dude saying the same thing, but he's seeing like literally like he's seeing rocks, trees in front of him.
The one of the bus. I know exactly what you're talking about.
That one. And that's the beauty of it. It all depends how you perceive it. That's why I believe that you can change the way you feel about anything.
Yes.
If you can change the way you perceive it.
Yes. Happiness is a choice.
Mm-hmm. It's a choice, but it
depends how you want the emotion to consume you. When somebody passes away, you can either cry and dwell in the sorrow, or you can celebrate their life.
Mm-hmm.
It's always like that. It's your perspective on life. And some things do hurt more than others, but there is always another side of the coin.
Mm-hmm. Hardship is the pathway to peace. If you want peace, you can find peace, but it's gonna require you to face many obstacles.
Yeah.
To not avoid them, but to face them. And that's the thing. Following God has taught me that I'm not alone when I face these obstacles.
So what's your purpose?
What's my purpose?
Not your purpose, your mission.
What I believe my mission is to try to humble myself as often as I can, I believe my mission is to quite literally deny my flesh and just pick up the cross. I believe that's my mission, and doing everything that comes with that. Picking up the cross, following God, picking up that heavy cross and just not putting too much attention on how much I'm about to suffer, on how much I'm about to struggle, but to see the glory that is to come through this suffering. See the good that it's going to come. I'm suffering. Everything I'm suffering right now, all of that is temporary.
Yes.
It's temporary. I'm living in a temporary body.
Mm-hmm.
All this is temporary.
Yes.
So because it's temporary, like, that's what makes it more beautiful.
Yeah.
That's what makes it more beautiful, man. This is what I think about, man.
If life was infinite, would you appreciate it? If you were immortal,
I would appreciate it at
would
first.
You?
At first, I would appreciate it for the first few years, few hundred years, few thousand years, maybe.
But then eventually,
but then when you do everything, when you know everything, when you're alive and there is no ending, that's something I have no idea of. I can only think about. I don't know. Who knows what I'll do with that information? To be honest, living in a world like this, I'll probably won't never even see the sun, because the government's probably going to keep me on the ground and be like, oh, you know everything. So you're either going to tell us or we're going to torture you for all of eternity.
Maybe living forever isn't so bad
Maybe it's not.
because
You find out many ways to overthrow the government too.
because as humans we are unable to be perfect. So if we live forever, we will still never reach a sense of perfection
Mm-hmm.
because our emotions and logics will always get in the way.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's just a never-ending cycle of improvement.
Mm-hmm.
But currently, we do have an expiration date.
Mm-hmm. And that's what makes life so much more beautiful.
Valuable.
That's the thing. It's all about the way you perceive it. You might see that like, yo, I can go at any moment.
Yeah.
And that might drain your energy. Like, bro, I can go, so what's the point, dog? To do anything. Or like, yo, I can go at any moment. That's why
If you had one day left, sorry to cut you off.
No, it's fine.
What would you do?
You know what's funny? I think of that, but in a more longer kind of way.
Okay.
I think about
If you had a day and an hour.
If I had a year left, actually.
Okay.
That's what I think. Because if I had a day, money, I'll be irresponsible with money. But if I had a few years, if I knew I had 5 years, what would I do? What would I do if I knew I had 5 years? What would I do in that moment? Would I tell these people that I love them? Will all my fears of judgment go out the window and I just tell this person, yo, I love you. You mean a lot to me. Tell them how much, because that's what I'm doing now. Because like what I was going to say was that I try to think about about all the opportunities that I have right now. All the opportunities I got. Because when I pass on, when I die, bro, I'm not going to have these opportunities no more. I can't hug my dad no more. I can't encourage you to keep doing this anymore. I can't do that.
And don't we have 5 years left?
Maybe we do. Maybe we have 5 years left.
Maybe we have 2.
You know what's another important
Maybe we
thing?
have 10.
You know what's another important thing to think about? Our parents. Think about how old our parents are, bro. They're old. How many years we got left with them? My pops, he's 60. How many years I got left with my pops? 20 maybe? 20? Maybe?
You are 20 right now, bro.
Yeah. 21. But yeah. That's the thing, man. But stuff like that, I don't get sad by. It encourages me to tell my dad more times that I love him. It encourages me to not respond to him with violence. Because I understand.
Yeah.
He's getting old. There's a lot of things that he might be struggling with.
Is death scary for you?
Is death scary for me?
Yeah.
Like, is it like someone else dying or me dying?
You.
Me dying.
To know that there is an end to it all.
No.
To know that you won't be able to communicate with people anymore. And that your parents...
You know why?
Why?
Because there was one time, a few months back, I was really sick. I was so sick that I was actually like thinking I might have that was gonna be it for me. Like I was genuinely that terrified. But then I started to pray and then became calm. Because I was like, you know what, man? I did what I wanted to do already. Like, my goal in life was to make as many people as I cared for happy, was to help people pursue their dreams, was to help people to not respond to violence with more violence, but to help people to be more respectful, to be more kind, to be more understanding, acknowledge their emotions, because we're all humans. Our emotions get the best of us and we end up doing something we regret doing later. So be understanding, be forgiving and whatnot. And that's, sure, I didn't do that I didn't teach everyone in the world that, but that's when greed comes in. I don't need to teach everyone. I'm thankful that I had the opportunity to be that kind of way with more than one person. And if it was just one person, I had the opportunity my whole life to just make them happy, show them that, that have them feel heard, have them feel like that they are being heard right now, cared for, that they are loved, and helping them to express their emotions in healthy ways, and them helping me to express my emotions, because I'm not Mr. Perfect either, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, if I had the opportunity to do that with one person, then I would have been happy. But God gave me the opportunity to do that with many people.
Mm-hmm.
And so in that point in time, I was like, yo, if I go, then thank you, God, for giving me the opportunity to experience something so beautiful. Because that's the thing. That's something I pray for a lot. Whenever I pray to God that people reflect on their lives in times that they did not appreciate a moment or somebody, appreciate food enough as they should have, or like appreciate anything in life, to reflect on how they felt, how they feel right now. Thinking back to that, man, I wish I appreciated that more.
Mm-hmm.
Reflect on it and then learn from that.
What do you think is afterlife?
Afterlife? Heaven. Eternal peace. But I'm only going to get there.
How does it look for you?
How does it look for me? Just I could be wrong. I haven't read the Bible fully.
Of course, it's your opinion. How does it look for you?
How does it look for me is just flowers, fields of flowers. I look up and there's no light pollution, and I see everything.
What color are the flowers?
Oh, it's just pink. There's lilies everywhere. There's sunflowers. There's roses. There's everything. There's just a surplus amount of flowers. A waterfall. You see animals all around being free. You see people. You see, maybe you don't see people. You see souls. You just see souls just smiling. It's a peaceful place in heaven. There is no violence.
That's beautiful.
There are no egos. All that is silenced up there. You know why? Because that is only remaining here and in hell. Because hell is complete separation from all of that. And heaven is complete separation from anything that's evil. So imagine a place that there is no evil. That's heaven. There's no greed. There's no gambling. There's no lust. There's only love. Imagine that. Being at a place where, this is what I like to envision it. This is how I like to envision it. Envision the closest you ever felt to feeling love and whatnot. The strongest it ever was. Imagine that, but in a more pure. And not just that, but like you imagine that, but like you feel it everywhere you go. That's heaven. You feel unconditional love. Because now you see God. And God loves you unconditionally. And so now you're going to be there with him. And so now you're going to be able to just feel that love constantly. Feel that love, and there's no greed. And yeah, like I don't know how the sky looks like, but I do love me my stars. So, I'm just hoping if I get up there, I got some stars to look up at. And like galaxies.
That was beautiful, bro. I was able to picture everything while you were saying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I envision it. And that's the thing. If I get up there, I do. If I don't, that's out of my control. The only thing I do have control of is what I do here. It's the intentions of my heart.
I think you know if you will go up there or not.
Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I like to think I will. But if I don't, why would I let that stress me out more here?
Do you think you will because of fear that you won't, or do you think you will because you know your intentions are pure?
What?
Do you think you will go to heaven because of the fear that you may go to hell? Or do you think you will go to heaven because you know that your intentions are pure?
I wouldn't say my intentions are pure. They are good at times. Sometimes my intentions are...
Generally.
Generally.
I think your intentions are pure generally.
Mm-hmm.
I think it isn't fair for you to answer that, because then that corrupts it.
Exactly. That's what I always get. Yes, exactly that. It can corrupt it. Why think of it?
Mm-hmm.
There's no point of thinking of it. That destination, why so focus on the destination? Enjoy the journey that I have right now. If I go to heaven, that's too many what ifs. That's why I tell myself when I think about the future, too many what ifs. Too many good what ifs, too many bad what ifs. Have faith.
Yeah.
Have faith.
Live in the present, man. Live in the now.
If you do decide to think about the future, don't have expectations.
Yes.
Of a person, don't have if you do, just have an expectation of something generally good happening.
Yeah.
Don't expect, if you do this for this person, this is how they should react and whatnot. No.
You always end up...
Just expect for them to react in a good way. In a good way and in general. So now you're open-minded to, like, no, they might not have acted exactly how they wanted to act, but hey, it was somewhat good. Something is something. And whatnot. And if they don't act good and whatnot, then it's okay. That you don't control them. They are out of your control.
Yeah, they're individuals.
Exactly. Understand that and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let other people...
How would you feel if somebody tried to control you?
Well, first I'll try to be like, well, why would you want to do that? You're your own person, man. Like, you're special in your own way, man. I'm special in my own. We're all special in our own ways, man.
Yeah. And it's a matter of bringing that together. Yeah. Everybody brings their own spices to the soup.
I'll probably tell them, like, look, bro, like, I don't want to control you, because the more I try to control you, try to make you do things that I think that you should do, I'm limiting you from reaching your true potential, because you grow by you putting most of the work in. But if I'm telling you what to do and whatnot, if I'm always there doing this, doing that, then, like, telling you how I think you should do it and whatnot, like, I'm limiting you from growing by being creative and all this and all that. Like, if you want to control me because you see something in me, then the way that you're trying to handle it by controlling me, then, like, you're just going to destroy the potential you see. If anything, you're going to destroy it.
Sometimes you learn best by getting burnt.
Mm-hmm. You got to get burnt to learn on a personal level. You might tell a kid. That's what I'm going to do with my kid.
I love how you said that you're restraining someone from being creative.
Yeah.
That's really powerful, yeah.
I just want to say this one part because it's important. If I leave it like that, then it might be interpreted in a bad way. But I literally just said I'm gonna let my kid touch fire. I'm gonna get burnt. I mean,
he meant it.
I don't mean
he meant it literally. He's gonna throw his kid into the fire.
What's it called? The way that I would do it, quite literally, is I won't tell my kid no. I will warn them. Mm-hmm. Tell them, if you touch that fire, it's going to be hot. Oh, no, but I really want to do it. Okay, you can do it, but go slow. Don't go fast, go slow. Go, like, there's like a little, like, oven. The oven is on. He wants to touch the fire. Go very slowly, okay? Because then when he goes slowly, then he's going to be, right? But then that's the thing. Now he knows. sometimes the only way for them to know is
It's not to limit them, but to warn them, to
Mhm.
caution them.
that I don't want to be controlling of my kid.
Yeah.
I want my kid to feel like he or she can, what's it
Has the
called?
freedom to explore.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't want to take that away from them. I don't want to condition them in a way to not be creative. I want them to want to be creative. I don't want them to fear the unknowing. I want them to be curious of the unknowing, but to be cautious at the same time. Be cautiously optimistic. Be cautiously curious. Be cautiously curious and whatnot. Don't let the fear get to you, but to instead seek discomfort. And instead, love over fear.
Damn, bro.
Whoa.
That was so beautiful.
Yeah.
I might need to clip that. What time is it? 1:26. Okay. I'm clipping that.
Woo.
Wow, bro.
Yeah, man, life is beautiful, dog. You know what?
You put it perfectly.
In what sense?
How to approach your children. I believe that's the right way to do it. Not restraining them.
Yeah. You want to be their friend.
Yeah.
You want to be their friend. You're not a coach. Coaches say, nah, I'm not.
Coaches
your friend,
are
I'm
getting
your
paid.
coach." Yeah, coaches are getting paid.
Yeah.
Don't be a coach. Don't be a teacher. Don't be a leader.
Yeah.
Just be a leader. Be a
Be
leader.
a parent.
Be a parent. But the thing is, like, a lot of people get stressed and whatnot, and that's what I believe, that we are all children.
Yeah.
We're all children, and that's why I believe if you want to make this world a better place, you gotta start with yourself. You can't be like, oh no, why would I respond? Why would I teach that to someone that should already know it? Well, that's the thing, they don't know it. You're assuming that they do because they're older than you. They don't know that and whatnot. And you might, people's egos might be like, think that they're better now because they know more than that older person. But bro, that older person is a child.
That older person was also the first time living.
Mm-hmm. The same way how you did not know a few minutes ago this answer, now you do. You didn't know a few minutes ago, but now you do.
Yeah, you gotta think
So
about it like
share
this.
that knowledge, man.
Like technology. Like an older person wouldn't know how to use a computer,
Mm-hmm.
but you do.
Exactly. So I hate people. Okay, hate's a strong.
He hates people.
There was a point actually I did hate people.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, sure. There was a point in time where I hated people. Like, I genuinely did. I did not. There would be times where, like,
Because you were disappointed in their lack of effort.
that and many things. I just hated the fact that there was greed. I hated that people didn't appreciate what they have. I feel like I say that because I used to hate I used to just feel sad that, like, people would say I'm too nice of a guy. I got rejected many times growing up because I was too nice. And I just hated people for that. It's like, I don't want to treat you like that guy treats you, but you like him. But why?
What did you learn about that?
What I learned was that what I learned from that is that what I learned from that was that I started comparing it to other people that still loved me by the way I was loving them. Like, they liked me for the way I was doing it and whatnot. Like, it's like okay, I don't need to do something I don't want to do. That I know that is not right. It's not right to treat other people like this. And I have friends that I make happy because of how nice I am with doing this and doing that and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna change myself for someone. And then I started doing more thinking about it, more thinking, which is, if I am somebody else, then the person that I would love so deeply, I won't find them and they won't find me, because I'm not being that person. I gotta be me.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way for me to find my friend group. That's the only way for me to find my significant other. If I do have one out there in the world, that's the only way that I'm gonna find them.
Yeah.
Is if I'm me.
By working on yourself.
By working on myself. By having this is my motivation. Well, this is not the motivation, but this not motivation. It's what helps me. I'm just say this is what helps me.
Yeah.
Part of what helps me to better myself, which is I want to be more suitable for I want to be a more suitable partner for my future partner and whatnot. And so, seeing the person that I am, I don't beat myself up. I acknowledge my strengths and I acknowledge my flaws. And the thing that I do is I ask myself, how do I want my significant other to treat me? I want to be heard. I want to be cared for. So do that to yourself. Treat yourself that way. Treat yourself the way you want your significant other to treat you, so that you can have a better understanding, so that you don't settle for less.
Mm-hmm.
So you have more control over your emotions, because you might find someone and you're like, oh, they'll do, maybe because of lust and whatnot. But that's the thing. The more you have a better understanding of how you want to be treated, and the more you treat yourself that way, guess what? The more you'll actually be falling in love with yourself. And the more you'll just be appreciating your friends.
Yeah. And the more you'll be able to love that person as well.
Exactly.
You won't get any resentment from them, because you'll know what to expect from them.
And when you do, and that's the thing, from what I learned from being rejected or from relationships not working, from what I learned is to be patient. Is to be patient, because look at it. One of my friends told me, Isaac, don't do this. If you do this, then the girl is going to, she's going to she might find another guy if you wait too long. And I say this, look, doesn't it make sense that the more her and I get to know one another, doesn't it make more sense that the more we would fall in love with one another? Doesn't that make sense? The more I get to know you, the more you get to know me. Shouldn't we be loving one another more? But that's the thing. I've met a handful. I would want to say three people that I thought was the one.
Do you think there is the one?
No. I don't think there is the perfect one. I don't think that. No. You know what I think?
There's a time and place.
You know what I think?
What do you think?
I think that you will always find someone better. You will find someone that will treat you better. You will find someone that can make you laugh more. But the same thing, how you will find someone that is like that, there's also going to be someone that's going to treat her better. So love starts off as a feeling, but to continue love is a choice. It's a choice to continue choosing to love this person again and again and again. That is a choice, because of the fact that, you're going to lose that spark.
So should you go for the next person?
No. Go stake with this person. This person makes you happy. Love is what you do despite how you feel right now. You might have an argument with this person. Love is what you do despite having this argument.
Do you believe that if you're currently in a relationship and you find somebody that accepts you more and loves you more, it is okay to be with that person instead.
Instead of what kind of other person?
Instead of the person that you're currently with.
What happened?
I think the answer would be yes.
Mm-hmm. That you would
Because
choose the person that treats you better?
Yeah. But then again, it goes back to intention.
But
You
then,
gotta
but then
understand.
again, like, then you're always going to be playing that game.
Yeah.
Because there's always going to be somebody that's better.
Yeah, but you gotta look at, like, for example, in like abusive relationships.
Oh, well, then, yes, of course. If you're in an abusive relationship,
Yeah.
if the person you're with currently right now is abusing you and whatnot, and you have this other person that is going to treat you better and whatnot, well, then
Then
first
stay
of all,
with the abusive one. No, I'm kidding.
what I would actually recommend is to be with neither at first. Work on yourself.
Yes, of course.
And whatnot. Check with the person that is abusing you if they're willing to grow, to be understanding of the fact that what they're doing is hurting you. If they're not willing to grow, it might be the reason why we might stay with these kinds of people that might hurt us emotionally, mentally, or physically and whatnot is because we might have hope that they can change and whatnot, all this and all that. But the thing is, like, we need to take care of ourselves. But then we might think, well, no, but then they're gonna feel alone and whatnot. That's the thing.
You gotta prioritize yourself.
We have to prioritize ourselves.
Yes. That's the thing with a lot of the people that get abused. They're not confident enough. They don't have the personality to stand up.
Yeah.
Yeah. You said earlier that you wanted to start working at the garden.
Yeah.
Yeah. How come that is a thing for you?
Because when I'm older, I want to have like my own like land. I want to buy my own land, and I want to do things so differently there. Everything differently. Schooling, working as a team. This is how I want things to be. I want us to all work together, but to also be dependent, but not be too dependent. Also understand that you could be independent. Be independent, but not too independent either. Don't rely too much on one another. Rely on one another, but too much. Understand that you got this, but don't let your ego get the best of you. If you need, the way that I want to try to do it is like, if people can, if you, I feel like the way that I want to do it is that they try to solve this problem themselves. Do it. Keep doing it. But then when it comes to a point you feel like you're about to give up, you're right there to giving up, then ask for help and whatnot. But first, make sure you're putting in the work.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. You don't got to do that for every single little thing. You feel me? Like maybe sometimes, oh no, you know how to do this. This is easy for you, but you really want to do this other thing as well. And like there might be like a time thing.
Yeah.
So like you're like, hey, yo, bro, can you help me with this real quick, and etc. But the thing is,
what do you say education?
When it comes to education, I don't want to kill the curiosity in the kid. I want to keep it. And
you want to harness it.
I want to strengthen it. I want them to remain curious. Scientists are just people with curiosity. Scientists are kids that grew up, that their curiosity was never killed.
Yeah.
That's what a scientist is, in my opinion. And so when it comes to the education and whatnot, I want us to focus on the kid. Focus on what they like to do. And don't make them feel bad for doing it. Like if the kid's making art and whatnot while class is being taught, don't make them feel bad for doing it. Instead, like,
education should be objective, not subjective.
Like, this is how I want to do it. First and second period is just subjects, right? Third period, they have fun, doing whatever they want to do, but we pay attention on what they're doing. Third and fourth subjects. 6, what we do in sixth period is we find out what they do like to do, in sixth period is we try to teach them more about that thing. Maybe we see they like building blocks. Maybe we can start teaching them some things about construction. But like the baby steps.
The fundamentals.
The fundamentals.
And then see if they stick with it.
Yeah. If they like it, then
Copy.
cool. And that's what I want to do for them, for them. But also when it comes to the subjects, make it fun.
Yeah.
How do you make it fun? You can make it, and the thing is,
by giving real life examples, I think.
Yes.
By seeing where you would be applying that. Yeah.
Chemistry, I want them to
see the importance of it.
Math, English. English, how do you practice English with them? Communicate with one another.
Yeah.
Actually talk to one another.
Yeah.
Math. Make food all together, and we all share it at the end. We all share it at the end. Oh, Jimmy has 2 apples. Jeremy has 4.
Yeah, there's a lot of different alternatives.
Exactly. If I give 2 more to him, how much does he have? All right, cool. Everyone, I'll try to get everyone to participate. Try to understand which kids are more shy. Help them privately, maybe do a little bit of both. Help them privately, help them publicly to try to be more open and whatnot, and reward them. That's what's important when they're a kid. Reward them whenever they do something good, but don't do it all the time. Because if you reward them all the time, then
they'll always expect something.
They will always expect something out of it. And so that's why I believe that we should reward them, and not all the time.
Yeah.
Maybe reward them in different ways. Maybe one time it'll be a physical reward, maybe candy. Maybe another time will be a verbal reward, like, oh, that was very nice of you, and whatnot. Like sharing is going to be a very important thing that I want to teach them, which is like, let Jeremy over there play with your toy for 5 minutes. We got to be realistic with it.
Yeah.
5 minutes is more doable than 10 minutes.
I have a random question for you. What would you name your children?
What would I name my children?
How many do you want to have?
As many as my wife want to have.
Damn, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Said 25 kids.
I'll pray for her then at that point.
Oh my God.
It's going to hurt her more than it's going to hurt me. Well, it's not going to hurt me. Oh, it might hurt me like.
Financially.
Yeah.
If you're self-sustainable, then.
Yeah, that's the thing. I want to be and I have friends too that want to join in on it. That are like.
Yeah.
As committed as I am with it. And like, that gave me hope.
So what would be like a good number for you of children?
I don't know. It could be 4, 6.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
It depends how much she wants to have. And she might not want to have kids, you feel me? If she doesn't, I don't need kids. It's a want. It's not a need. Look at me. I'm alive right now. I don't have a kid. I don't need it. What's important is that she's comfortable with, and she wants to have a kid. If she doesn't, I'm not going to force it. I'm not going to let having a kid get between the love I have for her and whatnot. You feel me?
Would you say that you do feel high on life? I
love life. I live life as like, God has given me the opportunity right now to live it. God's giving me the opportunity right now to talk to you. To hug you after we're done with this. Give you a big old hug.
Do you think everybody has the same possibilities as you to feel the same way that you do?
Yeah, but it's harder.
But it is possible.
It is possible. Yes, it's possible, but it's far much more harder for other people in this world, for sure.
But it's possible.
It's possible.
And that's what matters.
And that's what matters.
Even if there's a slim chance.
If there's one person.
A grain of salt can move a mountain.
Yes.
So it's us.
Yes. It only takes one person to start anything. It takes one person to start anything.
Yes. One
person becomes 2, becomes 4, becomes a group, becomes a town.
Becomes a movement.
And whatnot. And that's why when I was saying with my whole village thing, like, we're all gonna be working together. I'm not gonna be like, we're doing this because I say so. No. This is my idea. Does anyone like to add on it, or does anyone disagree? Because I don't want to do what I want to do. I want to do what I think is best. And if someone has a better idea, oh, let's talk it out.
Yeah.
But let's talk it out all together
Mm-hmm.
and whatnot. Because then, like, more people can, like, chip in. They have their ideas and whatnot. That's how we're going to advance this as a society.
Yeah.
By actually having a majority vote.
Yeah. I want to give you an advice on the relationship thing. I learned this yesterday. Well, I guess I didn't learn. I was reminded of it. But I've been looking around, like, debating, like, when is the right time to start dating? Mm-hmm. It's been a while since I last dated. And the reason was because I don't have time. And I don't have, even though I do feel like I want a relationship, I also don't want a relationship. And yesterday I was watching this video and it was like, why would you be in a relationship if you don't have the facilities to maintain a relationship? And if the person that you're going to be in a relationship with is not going to be at the same level that you will be in a year or two. Because let's say your goal is to be here and the person that you're going to be building with doesn't have the same mindset or the same goals to be there with you.
Mm-hmm.
So if that person is not willing to put in the same amount of effort as you will, then it's going to be a waste of time. You're going to be always trying to drag that person with you.
Well, I guess in that case, it just depends on what the thing is that you want to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Because at the same time, like, when it comes to me, financially and whatnot, that doesn't really...
Not financially. No, not financially. But mentally.
Mm.
Yeah, spiritually too. If that person, maybe you have the same interest. Maybe you guys get along really well, same type of humor. But if spiritually you guys disagree, if your values disalign, or there's a lot of different ways to disagree, but to be, like, similar in some ways.
I feel like it's important to be similar in some ways, yeah.
Yeah.
But
what's the future? The goal of a relationship is to build.
Yeah.
And if you're not willing to build together, if you don't see yourself with that person in a year or in 5 years, then what is the purpose of that?
Well, if you generally don't see yourself with that person in 5 years, then there's got to be some thinking of why you're even with them right now. Remind yourself why you're with them.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you're not seeing a future with them because maybe a new thought came into your head. Something that's stopped because first you got with them because there was a reason for that.
Yeah.
Try to find that reasoning again. And is that reasoning still as strong as it should be? If not, then why?
Yeah, a lot of the times is lust.
If it's lust, then it's more important for us to remain single.
Yeah.
It's more important for you as an individual to remain single, to work on that lust. Because if you lack control over your lust and whatnot, and if your lust controls you, then, like, if you're with then it's just not good.
That's what tends to be the issue nowadays with people. They have an idea of a person, but they don't take the time to get to know that person. Especially with people that are good looking. A lot of the time, people that are good looking, people want something out of them rather than they want to understand that person, see their hobbies and their interests. And it's sort of like a blessing and also a curse.
That even when it comes to looks, we have to remind ourselves that the looks is also temporary too.
Yes.
I'm going to be a ball sack old dude someday. You're going to be a ball sack looking old dude.
Yeah.
We're all going to have wrinkles.
Yeah.
I am not going to look like how I look right now.
Yes.
Anything can happen tomorrow. Anything can happen to get home.
Maybe I might get a car surgery.
Exactly. Yeah. Anything can happen, man.
Well, I said a car surgery. A car accident leading to a surgery. But you understood what I meant.
Yeah, I get it. But that's the thing. Like, I focus more on what I see in here, not out here.
Yeah, no, but I'm not saying you because I know you fucking go. But but like generally, looks are very unfortunate in a way.
Yeah, that is true. when it comes to you, I recommend working on the lust.
Oh no, that wasn't for me personally.
Just in general.
Yeah, no, that was just general.
Ah.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No, bro. I've been single for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I feel very content being single. Yeah. I feel like when you're building on something that you love, that kind of takes that place.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a purpose. It's finding a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
That's where love comes in. It doesn't mean that you need a relationship. Purpose can come in different avenues.
Mm-hmm. When it comes to people, I feel like it's important to take it slow with them.
Yeah, man. People are so complex.
Mm-hmm. Like take it slow. Understand you don't need this. You want it, and wait. Wait a year. If you still want it in a year, but then you might think, well, bro, a year's way too long. Compare 1 year to 100 years. Doesn't really seem that long anymore. Still long, but not as long. And if you can't really do a year, okay, then cut it short. Do 6 months. Do whatever seems more doable.
I like a year. I like that you said that. I love that you said that.
How come?
Because people are always impatient.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that lust thing again. It's that emotion. And not lust sexually. I mean, like, you're itching. You're craving the emotion.
Yeah.
That dopamine.
But that's the thing. If you can't do a year, tell yourself, I'll do 6 months. And then once you reach 6 months, then tell yourself, I'll just do 2 more months. Until you reach that year.
Mm-hmm.
That year point that you want to get to and whatnot. Because that's what's important.
Yeah, because you're right. You're so right.
That's what's
if
important.
You can't do a year, then what makes you think?
You cut it shorter. You could because like in reality, like some people, you might really love this person, but like a year might not seem that doable. So make it to wait until a more doable time and a reasonable time too. Maybe like 3 months. And once you reach 3 months, give yourself 2 more months. Then 2 more. Eventually, the goal is to try to reach up to that year. But don't tell yourself, I got a year to go. Because then it feels more draining. When you tell yourself, oh no. It's like when you're doing homework. If you try to tell yourself, bro, I got to do so many projects, you start feeling drained. But you tell yourself, oh no, I only have to do this one thing right now. Focus on it right now. Don't focus on it later. Tell yourself, oh no, right now I only have to answer these 10 questions. Then after answer these 10, and then that's it. Focus on answering these 10 questions or writing this one essay. Then after that, give yourself a reward for that. A little quick reward, 10-minute reward, something like that. 15-minute, maybe buying yourself something delicious that you really like. Watching a show real quick. And then after that, oh, what do I have to do right now? The next stuff and etc. You're working towards doing everything that you have to do. But when it comes to what's more important than being with that person is the bond that you have with them.
Yeah.
Building that bond, building the trust. Because the longer you have to get to know someone, the more you have a better understanding. How do they handle being patient?
Wow, bro. I'm going to really do that right now, from now on.
What's up?
I'm not going to get into relationships. I'm just going to have, yeah.
If you find someone, look,
No. But I'm going to be like, once I find the right person, I'll be like, okay, that's it. I'm friend zoning you for a year. We'll see where this ends up in a year.
I don't know friend zoning.
That's it, bro.
But if you want a friend zone, then friend zone.
I'm saying that you told me to do it.
You know what I learned actually?
What did you learn?
When it came to me, I used to beat myself up so much whenever like I loved someone. It was just the last girl that I spoke to and whatnot. I didn't love her, but I did like to make her happy. Make her feel loved, cared for. So I would, and like what I learned is that like, bro, I just can't help it. I just like making people happy too much and whatnot. And like, she respected the fact I wanted to take things slow when it came to the physical aspects of things. But I've paid attention to the things that she liked, and like I just did it right there. Like her and I, we were dancing, bro, in Hoboken in the open field at night. We were dancing in the middle of the field. There was no one. There was barely any people around us, right? There weren't any clouds overhead, and we were playing the Ratatouille song while we were slow dancing. And because I knew that she would like that and whatnot. And that's the thing when it comes, if I like you, I want to make you happy.
What happened with her?
She went to her ex. Yep.
F.
Huh?
F in the chat.
F in the chat, bro. But I forgive her.
We live and we learn.
I forgive her for what she did and whatnot. Because, like, hey, man.
I mean, you don't have to forgive her. It's just...
I forgive her for my peace. And I forgive her because I understand that when it comes to her, she was feeling overwhelmed. She didn't move on from him yet. All this and all that. And it's like, hey, it's unfortunate, but hey, I forgive you. It's understandable. Like, I want to agree that it was okay.
If you enjoyed seeing her happy, then that's part of seeing her happy. If she's happy, then you're happy.
Yeah, I guess. But it's like...
That should hurt.
It did hurt at first, but now I can think back about it, and it doesn't cause pain because of the fact that it's like... It doesn't cause pain because I guess it's just like... I generally do forgive her because I understand that it was probably not painful. She was just not ready.
But you have the memory.
Yeah. And that memory, I'm going to...
That's valuable.
Yes.
It's like there was magic there in that moment.
Yes.
And both of you knew about it.
Yes.
And that transcends any reality.
And what I learned from my past experiences with people is that I'm a lovable person. And now what I'm doing now more is that first off, because I also fall in love easily. So what I'm doing for myself and for them is I'm letting them know, look, I'm going to be doing things, but that don't mean I like you. In the sense of like, that doesn't mean I'm going to be slow dancing with every single person.
Of course.
Whatnot, because I know that what that can do to someone.
It's having social cues.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now what I want to do more is I want to treat more of my female friends the way I treat like my male friends and whatnot. For example, my guy friend over here, like he loves this movie. Yo, bro, let's go watch this movie together, man.
Mm-hmm.
But if I do with the girls, society might see that as, oh, they're going on a date.
Yeah.
I want to let her know now, look, I want to focus on strengthening our bond and our trust and all this and all that. So if I know you like something, I'm going to invite you to go do it with me and whatnot.
I think a lot of people lack attention and they lack self-esteem. So they see that in that way.
And that's why I'm letting her know instantly.
Yes, you're setting the boundary.
I'm letting her know instantly. And I'll let her know, look, if anything that I'm doing is making you feel like, oh, Isaac, you're saying this, but like your actions are doing, please let me know. And whatnot, because I do not want you to think that I'm like leading you on or anything. I want you to know that my goal with us is to strengthen the friendship and whatnot. That's all I want, to strengthen the friendship and whatnot.
And then whatever happens after.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And if I do eventually like them, if I wait a year, shouldn't I already have been liking them more and more and more throughout that year?
Yeah.
That's not the perfect, but when it comes to me, I see that helping me a lot more when it comes to still being able to express that love, not try to understand that, like, look.
Not trying to repress it.
Not trying to repress it. Like, I want to love people. I want to love people, man. I want to love them. And I don't need a relationship with someone.
No, loving people is just incredible, bro.
The only person
you become loved by everybody. Not loved, but you become accepted by everybody. What are you going to say? The only person
that I really do value the love from is God. That's it. Because I know that God loves me unconditionally, man.
And that's why you're able to love everybody else, because you don't expect other people to accept you, because you've already been accepted by God.
Yeah, that's the only person I need to accept me. That's the only being I need. And that's the only being that I know is going to be accepting all that love. So when I do something and whatnot,
you don't look at the fear. Just look at the love that you already have.
I read something in the Bible.
You pray you can keep on spreading that love.
Yeah. Oh no, most definitely will. Until I die.
Yeah.
Until I die. And if I cannot speak, I will learn sign language, bro. It was something along the lines.
Sheesh, bro. Talking to you always makes me be more appreciative of everything.
Amen. Amen to that. I can't find it. But basically.
What's the idea of it?
Oh, I lost my train of thought.
It's all right.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about people and how we already have the acceptance from God, so we don't require being accepted by humans.
It was something like along the lines of like, when you do something good, don't be public about it. Don't try to speak to others, tell others all the good that you've done and whatnot. Understand that God will reward you privately. And something like that. Something like that. I forgot the verse. But basically like that. And like, so whenever I do something good for someone else, I'm not as much anymore. I used to do it many times because I had different intentions. In the past, it was like, oh no, I'm telling people all the good things that I'm doing and my friends doing, so I can give them hope that there's good people in the world. But then when I read that verse, it was like, oh, okay. Don't tell other people everything that I'm doing. But if they ask, then sure. But understand that God, if I'm doing this, I'm not doing this to tell others anymore.
Yeah.
I'm doing this because I know if I do this good thing, I know it's gonna make him happy. That's all I need. If I know if I do this, it made him happy, that's all I need. That's all I need. Because you know why, man? Because I know that the person I also made happy was the person that I just helped right now. So I know two people that I made happy. Two beings. Them and God. That's all I need. That's all I need. If I made them happy, and maybe I didn't make them happy, but I know it was still something good and whatnot. And if I know it made God happy, then first I'll be happy.
It creates a domino effect.
Yeah. First I'll be happy that it made God happy, but then it's like, well, I still didn't make them happy. And that's why I did this, because I want them to be happy. So now I need to understand, well, why did it not make them happy and whatnot? So that I can, help them be happy, because that's the goal.
Yeah.
But it's okay. No, I take that back. It's not the goal because of the fact that like you can't make everyone happy.
You can't, but you can. You cannot make everybody happy, but you can. You can treat everybody with respect, and that way you can teach everybody to be appreciative through yourself, I think.
Yeah. Like I try to
not teach, but you can show other people that you can appreciate. Yeah.
I treat others as, I try to read the Bible more and try to meditate and talk to God a lot more, so I can have a better understanding of who God is, so I could practice more of God's teaching, reflect more, learn more on how God is treating me, and apply that teaching to other people and whatnot. What I learned is that God, when Jesus was here, he respected, he shared, he cared, he loved, he was kind, understanding, forgiving, patient, and so many more things. But those specific things are the things I pray for every single day. And I pray to God to guide other people to do all those things, but to also guide all those people to do it to themselves. And then I ask myself, in the morning, in the middle of the day, and at night, am I respecting myself right now? Am I respecting because Jesus respects people's beliefs and whatnot. Jesus was living on this planet and he respected other people's beliefs and whatnot. Jesus could do it. I'm gonna learn from that guy. Okay, I'm gonna learn from that dude. And respect. To respect one another's beliefs, our way of life. Do not judge one another, for that is God's job. It's not my job to judge someone. If they do something that's cringy, bro.
So do you.
Are they living their life? Are they hurting someone? No.
Yeah.
I don't care. Are they happy? That's all that matters. If they're not hurting anyone and they're happy, that's all that matters. I don't care what they're doing. I don't care if a kid is like doing some karate moves, saying I got God and anime on my side. Amen, bro. Like, if he's happy, man, then homeboy is happy. Who am I to judge? If anything, join him.
Yeah.
Join him. Show him that it's okay. Show them, you know what, man, if you keep doing that, I'm going to join you in on it. Let's enjoy this moment together. Let's not ruin it. Let's enjoy it together.
Yeah.
Respect people's beliefs, their way of life. Share with them. God is constantly sharing with me. He's sharing clothes with me, warmth. He's sharing food with me, liquids. He's sharing his story with me through the Bible. And that's what I believe is important for us to do with one another too. Don't be too caught up, too attached, to our clothing. When we die, bro, like this guy, this is my favorite jean jacket.
This is my favorite jean jacket.
Amen to that. But the thing is, this guy, it could burn tomorrow, and guess what? I'm still going to be able to breathe properly. I'm still going to be able to drink water properly. I'm still be able to live.
You're not dependent on it.
I don't need it. I don't need it. And
all you need in this world is your willpower and yourself, your capability to do it.
Yeah. And yeah.
I love how the people that I've had on the podcast so far, all of them seem to have the same love for God. And that's really what keeps them going and what makes them be so happy and so genuine. It feels like the more you dive into following a higher source, the more it rewards you with joy.
Yeah. Because.
And the people that are the most like of the world, of like the meat, like they tend to be the most, they tend to be the ones that struggle the most emotionally and lack that self-respect and that godly reward.
They're too attached to worldly things. Worldly things. Flesh things.
Yeah, flesh things, yeah.
The flesh is the enemy. But not entirely.
No, not entirely.
Because the flesh, the only thing that the flesh wants is to produce positive chemicals.
Yes.
It doesn't care how it receives it. It just wants it.
It's a two-edged sword.
Yes.
You must seek both of them and you must learn how to harness both of them. Because if you become too much of a seeker of God, let's say, then you start getting corrupted and you realize, and that's when the rules of God feel very strict. But in reality, it's the intention of what you're doing. Yeah.
Wait, you feel like if you seek out God too much, you might get corrupted?
You forget the lessons of God. You start creating your own lessons.
Really?
I think so.
How come?
Total power creates total corruption.
But what if that's the thing, the more you do seek out God.
Yes.
Well, in my experience, the more I've been seeking out God, the more I've actually been humbling myself.
Exactly. So that's where the difference is, by humility. If you believe that you're higher than other people because you have more knowledge than them, then that's what corrupts you.
Yes.
So that's what I mean by total power totally corrupts.
Now I understand what you mean, yes. Yeah. I agree with you with that for sure then. Because that's an ego thing.
Yes.
That is an ego thing.
It's about building your fundamentals. Yeah. Yeah, bro. Sheesh.
That's the thing. Like, when it comes to people, I don't want to force anyone to follow God.
No.
I want it to be willing. I don't want them to follow it through fear. I want them to follow it through faith. And I think
this is the best way for you to do it. To have this, to showcase yourself, to show that, look, I'm this person. And like, you
might be the only Bible that somebody reads.
Exactly. And it's a beautiful way for them to connect and read you and be a part of your story and for you to be a part of their story. And this is the right way to do it. This
Yeah.
is the best way to do it. I can guarantee it.
To just do this and in
Yeah.
person.
You know,
as well.
even Jesus himself didn't. Oh, Jesus! Even Jesus himself didn't go around saying like, "Follow this God and this and that." He taught by example. He showed through God's will what was the right thing. You know, he healed people, and he did all of those amazing miracles. But even Moses, you know, like by opening the seas, like he never said, "Look, I am the right way to do it." Like, look, this is the power that can come through God, through me. So why would you reject that? There is so much beauty to it that you can choose to reject or you can choose to claim.
Yeah. That's the thing. A lot of people reject it because they're seeing other people the way they are representing Christianity and whatnot. And the best that I can do is try my best.
Yeah.
And not be like, oh, nah, bro, there's no point. Look how everyone is just butchering Christianity and whatnot. What's the point? Like, nah, there's hope.
That's when you prove how strong your faith is.
Like, even if somebody really likes the person that I am and whatnot, like, I'll just tell them, look, I'm like this because I follow God and whatnot. But if you still want to keep following your God, then cool. You do you, I'll do me. Guess what? I'm going to keep treating you the way that my God has taught me to treat others.
Yeah.
As long as you and I could both sit at a table, laugh together.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep loving you. And you know what, man? I love you so much. I'm going to pray to my God that I hope you have a lovely day. I'm going to pray to, you might not believe in my God, but I'm going to pray to my God that I hope you have a lovely day and whatnot. Because doesn't that make sense, man?
Yes.
Shouldn't you want to pray to your God that the person that you love has a great day?
Yes.
That's what's important, man.
I will leave you with this incredible quote.
What's up?
It's probably my favorite quote ever. It says, we all pray to God, but who prays for the devil?
We all pray to God, but who prays for the devil?
Yes.
Is that a question you're asking me?
No, it's just a quote.
This is just a quote.
You know, we all pray to God. Yes, we all pray for goodness in the world. But wouldn't it be correct to also pray for the devil to fix his ways?
Yeah. Yeah, I was actually thinking about something like that, yeah, the other day. Yeah. Have hope.
Yeah, man.
Have hope that even God, but that's the thing, like the devil, like Satan, Lucifer, whatever you want to call him, like him, like we can't force him. That's something he's got to do.
No, you can't.
So we
But
can only pray.
You can pray, yes.
We can only pray for him.
Yes. And that's the same thing you should do with your enemies. And that's the devil in that case. Pray for them.
Pray for them.
Yes. Yeah, man. I want to give you a gift.
Another one.
Another one.
Another one.
Yeah, bro. Oh, no, I dropped it. It's a book. So, it's this book, The Power of Now. Yes. I don't know if you've read it.
Nope.
Nope. Okay, beautiful. Eckhart Tolle, bro. The Power of Now.
Power of Now. A guide to the spiritual enlightenment.
It's I think you will relate to it a lot.
Really?
It's about being in the present and being appreciative of the present and letting go of any anxiety that comes with the past and the future. It's to just accept the present as it is.
No. Thanks, man. Like, genuinely, thank you. This means a lot. It was very kind of you. You didn't have to do this, but you did it, so thank you.
Yeah, bro. Of course. I had to. You're sharing all this wisdom with me. It's like, well, I got to give back something.
Well, and that's what happens when I follow God. I'm doing what he's taught me to share everything that I can give.
But you see, that's it. Your ambition to want to learn from God led you to take action and start learning from him. And then it led you to start implementing that into your life. You're taking action of that. And now it's the association that you want to give to the rest of the world. And that's how you connect the full circle and create real joy.
I feel like anything that God blesses me with, that I should share it. God has given me the opportunity. I got something so beautiful to appreciate. So not because God has given me the opportunity to experience something so beautiful. Whatever he's given me is temporary.
Yeah.
So I want to share it. Or if it gets burned and I lose it, then thank you for giving me the opportunity to experience something so beautiful. Don't learn from that. If anything, learn from that lesson. Learn from the, oh, damn, bro, I didn't appreciate it as much as I had. Learn from it. Learn from it. See the good from it. Appreciate the people that you have in your life today. Appreciate the food that you have today, the warmth that you have today, and whatnot. Like, I feel like money is not something that I care for. I'm responsible with it, but I don't care for it. If I have the money someday to get a mansion, I won't get the mansion. I will share that money with someone else because I don't need a mansion. If I'm promised a kingdom, why do I need a mansion? That's a want. That's not a need. The only thing I need is to live in a warm area. Live in a warm building. A normal house. That's all I need. That's all I need. A warm house. That's all I need, man.
Your need is to serve.
Yeah, my need is to serve. So, like, if I have all the money, thank you, God, for blessing me with this. So now I will share to others with what you've blessed me with, no matter it be knowledge or food or money. That's why I want to grow a garden. That's why I told you earlier too.
Mm-hmm.
When I want to do it for free at first, to give to help my neighbors to start eating healthier and whatnot, to not buy the store fruits and vegetables, but to help them grow it with them and whatnot, help them out. And in doing so, doing one good thing is going to root off to a lot of more good things.
Yeah.
So me doing that is probably going to build stronger bonds with me and my neighbors and whatnot. I'm going to get something more valuable. What does it mean to be rich? To be rich means that what you have has a lot of value. So imagine having something as valuable as peace with your neighbors. Peace. Peace? That is so valuable. A lot of people take it for granted.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something that's so valuable. And yeah, following God has taught me that. And that's what I want to do for the rest of my life. Because of the fact that it's all temporary, man. Anything good is temporary. If I'm happy, if I'm really happy right now, I'm going to express it to someone else. Make them happy.
Bro, it's beautiful, man. Everybody that has gotten on has that same mindset to serve.
Amen. Amen.
That's a great way to end it, bro. I think that's perfect.
Yeah. There's so much more I want to talk with you.
I know there is. The first time we hung out, bro, it was like 5 hours.
Until the next time.
Yeah, bro. There really is so much more to talk about, but I think that's enough for now. I think there's only so much like your brain can retain for a certain amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
I think when I listen to books, I like to listen to like an hour max, and then challenge those ideas in the real world,
mm-hmm.
and then do it again like throughout the week. So.
What I like to do is I like to reread it. Like when I'm not even done with the book, I might reread the same chapter again.
Yes. Yeah, not
wait to reread it. That's what I do with the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
And it might take me a lot longer time now to finish the Bible.
Yeah.
Because if I'm doing it
but you're actually studying it. There's
mm-hmm.
a difference between reading and studying. You know, it's like you're
mm-hmm.
actually trying to understand the message.
I'm still in Matthew, bro. I'm still in Matthew. I'm like on like Matthew like 3. And whatnot. I just finished. Hold on, I don't want to spoil the Bible for anyone. You feel me, man? I know it's a story that happened a while ago, but I don't want to spoil the Bible.
Oh man,
Jesus died. Spoiler.
No. Oh man, bro. Cheers. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, man.
Here's some water.
Bam.